Good morning, everyone. I apologize for my appearance, but I just woke up. Wanted to get a chapter in this morning and then a chapter in this afternoon, so we could get this book finished. It's going to be a beautiful day here, so once I finish my coffee, I am going to go on a bike ride, which I am very excited for because it has been raining here for like the past 3 or 4 days, rainy and cold. And so I've just been cooped up in my apartment. So I'm so excited to go on a bike ride. So today's chapter 27 is titled Hail Hitler. So just like every other chapter, I kind of challenge you to think about it, but this one's almost harder to be challenged to think about because we know that Hitler is the person that has been causing all of these issues. That's the reason this whole book exists. So kind of weird to think like that, but let's see why this chapter is titled Hail Hitler. I think it's wonderful that you've decided to do the puppet show with me, says Mr. Ami, and I think you're very brave too. It's so strange, Eva comments. I really want to put on the show, and at the same time, I really don't want to either. He lays a tiny doll's hand on the table. I understand your feelings, but there's one thing I want to tell you. There are some adults you can trust. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. In 3 days, you'll be given the most beautiful performance that Bilthoven has ever seen. Lisa mutters. Maybe, says Eva. They're all almost inside, Mr. Ami whispers to the girls, who are sitting behind the puppet stage. You can see the children through the openings to the right and left of the curtains. Now don't trip over the basket of apples. If you do, they'll roll all over the floor. I'll pass out the fruit later. I want to mask my face, Eva whispers. It's not necessary, he whispers back. Trust me, Eva. I'll make sure that not a single child looks to see who's moving the puppets. He pinches her cheek. I'll be going now. Good luck. Or as we artists say to one another, break a leg. I have a stomach ache, moans Lisa, and she presses her hand against her middle. Shh, Mr. Ami is starting to speak. Dear children, they hear, I won't be the one to move the puppets today. Today, the puppets will be moving all by themselves. I, Mr. Amanzi and Fanny, will stand in front of the stage and help you if the English bomber railways lines again, a child calls out. Where would we go? Is there an air shelter here? Don't worry. If that should happen, I'll take you all to the Bellfleur cellar, says Mr. Ami, and smiles reassuringly. And what about us, whispers Lisa. Of course he hasn't thought about us, Eva whispers back, as she slides her hand into King Korean. You must make one promise, they hear Mr. Ami say. No one may look behind the stage, for then we will be taking the puppets' souls away, and that would be a terrible thing. Puppets' souls may never, ever be taken away. So, don't go behind the stage. Promise? Yes, yes, shout the children. Repeat after me. We, the children, large and small. We, the children, large and small, say the children. Together in Hoflon all. To Mr. Aminci and Fanny we say, we won't take the puppets' souls away. Eva and Lisa hear the buzzing of voices. All the words seem to be running together. It sounds like they're praying, Eva whispers. They see Mr. Ami's back as he bows to the audience and removes his hat. Then, his hands appear by the red curtains. He opens them. Puppets, begin, he whispers. Break a leg. Eva, you go first. Hello, children, King Korean calls in a shaky voice. Do you know who I am? No, shout the children. I'm Korean, and I'm hungry. So are we, call the children. Then go to the soup kitchen and have some cabbage soup. Here's an apple, sire. A lady in waiting appears. She's wearing a long red dress and carrying an apple between her tiny wooden hands. How lovely it is here, and how quiet you are, she says to the audience. And how nice Mr. Ami looks in his clown costume. Don't you think so, children? Yes, they shout. Shall I tell you a big secret? Asked the lady in a hushed voice. Mr. Amici Infanti has a birthday today, too, just like Marlene Shi. He's 47 now. What do we do when someone has a birthday? sing, all the children call out. And what do we sing? Long shall he live. Is that what you're expecting them to say? I was expecting them to say happy birthday. Did I hear something? Did I hear the doorbell? Asked King Korean. Yes, the doorbell, a child calls. It rang about 10 times in a row. I'll answer the door. Carry on, puppets, says Mr. Me. Shall we sing now? Asked the king. Yes, King Korean. It's sort of my birthday too, because I'm Marlene's sister, a voice says. Then we'll sing for you too. There are loud voices in the hall. More children have come, said the lady in waiting. Germans, a child shouts. I hear Germans and Dutchmen too. Where are you, King Korean? Where's that fancy lady? Come back. Keep going, Eva whispers. Let your puppet say something. I can't. I want to leave. The lady in waiting falls to the floor. Quick, pick it up. Keep going. Eva pinches Lisa's arm as hard as she can. Ow. The lady's hurt. I heard her cry out, exclaims a girl. She climbs on the chair. I don't see anything, she calls. Remain seated, everyone, shouts a man with a German accent. No one may stand. 2 men in uniform enter the room. Identity card, you so-called clown, commands a man with a red mustache. Arbeitseinsatz. I'm not sure what that German word is. It's very long. It's his birthday, a child calls out. That doesn't matter. Identity card, and be quick about it. There's a sound of footsteps approaching the stage. The boots make a tapping kind of noise as they touch the floor. My identity card is upstairs. I'll go get it. Mr. Me's voice. Escort him upstairs, Engelbert. I'll stay here, says the man with the mustache. Boots. I hear boots, Lisa whispers. They're coming closer. I have to throw up. Mr. Policeman, cries a child. Don't look behind the stage, Mr. Policeman. If you do, you'll take the puppets' souls away, and Mr. Misi Infanti won't allow it. Sit down, I tell you, shouts the man. You mustn't take the puppets' souls away, calls another child. Oh, look, here comes another puppet. A puppet dressed in a black uniform, with lightning-shaped letters on its collar, appears between the red curtains. Hail Hitler, shouts the puppet. Hail Hitler, shouts the children. Deutschland über alles, shouts the puppet. Deutschland über alles, echo the children. The policeman laughs. A door opens. Mr. Me enters the room, together with the man named Engelbert. He's coming with us, says Engelbert. His identity card is not upstairs. I didn't take my eyes off him for a minute. He knows the German government has ordered him to carry his identity card at all times. This man has broken the law. Leave him alone, comrade, says the man with the mustache. Everything is all right here. That clown is Deutsch Freundlich. His puppets just gave the Hitler salute. He's a friend of the Germans. Thus, he can continue with his puppet show. Auf Wiedersehen. Yes, goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen, answers Mr. Me. We'll let ourselves out, says the man with the mustache. Is the puppet in the black uniform coming back? Asks Malene. I'll take a look. Stay where you are. Mr. Me disappears behind the stage and returns with a basket of shrivel apples. Here, eat these, he says to the audience. It's intermission now. We'll begin again in 10 minutes. He goes behind the stage once more. There's Lisa, completely hunched over. King Korean rests on her lap. The other puppets lie scattered around. Eva's standing next to her. With one hand, she strokes Lisa's hair, which is hanging loose and looking as though she'd just gone swimming. Eva's other hand is still inside the SSer. They're gone. Gone. I've come to thank you. Mr. Me takes Lisa by the hand. If you hadn't been so brave, they would have taken me away. Men my age are rounded up and sent to work in our Arbeitseinsatz. Oh my goodness, you guys. I took Spanish in high school and college, and so German looks nothing alike, and I have no idea how to pronounce the sign. The way their letters go together isn't the way our letters go together. So, Arbeitseinsatz. The labor force. They must dig holes and build defenses. Can you see me wearing wooden shoes with a big shovel in my hand? Me, Mr. Amici Infanti, the authority on the children and puppeteer, and so on and so forth. Oh, thank goodness you're smiling again. Stand up, Lisa. I'm going to give you something. I'll be right back. There's Mr. Amici Infanti, calls a child. Is the intermission almost over? Almost. I have to go upstairs for a minute. Take another apple. Mr. Me rushes up the steps, comes down, and then disappears behind the stage. Come, Eva, he says. You first. He is holding two blue boxes in his hand. He opens one and takes out a good gold coin. He turns it over, revealing a gold safety pin on the back. He pins it to her blouse. This is for your bravery, he exclaimed. It's an Order of the King hood that I created for two of my favorite dolls. And now your turn, Lisa. He opens the other box. Your makeup is streaked, she says. Mr. Me wipes his eye on his sleeve. That doesn't matter. Come here. Come, here's your Order of the Knighthood. Let me pin it to your blouse. You're the greatest heroes I know. Begin, shout the children. We want Ami. We want Ami. Mr. Me steps out and faces the audience. Act 2, he calls. The next chapter is titled No Cabbage Soup. So we found out why that chapter was titled Hail Hitler and what that kind of had to do with the chapter. And honestly, that was different than what I was expecting. I actually don't know what I was expecting, but it had to have been so hard for Eva to do that. Because even though it's the law to hail Hitler at the current time, with everyone hailing Hitler, that's why she's in hiding. That's why she hasn't seen her parents. That's why she hasn't seen Davy and Dorothy, all these things. So it had to have been really brave for her to say something that was kind of unsettling for her. So that was interesting. And now this next chapter is titled No Cabbage Soup. So we'll be finding out why there will be no cabbage soup. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Bye.